Hello and welcome back to this channel where Jesus is King and God gets all the glory. I wanted to get on here because I got a revelation just now and I wanted to share. I just made a video about grasshoppers and giants, and I was mopping and all of a sudden I took a break, and I'm having a cigarette on my balcony. Fix it, Jesus. I know it's terrible. And I'm literally talking to God about my sin, about smoking, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I need you to help me stop. And there's something that I'm going through, this trial where the grasshopper, I'm feeling like the grasshopper. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I've been sitting on this balcony all summer long, and I have not heard any grasshoppers, any cicadas, any locusts, nothing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that sound. And if you know about cicadas or even grasshoppers, you know that the sound, it's unmistakable. It's an unmistakable sound out of nowhere. And it was long. And so I'm Googling and I'm trying to see, what it is, what kind of sound it is. And they're so similar. And then again, long sound. And I'm just like, what are you trying to tell me? And he brought back the same Numbers 33. How the Israelites were right outside of their promised land, and they were described as feeling like grasshoppers in the face of these giants. So I Googled. A lot of the symbolism of grasshoppers is how small and insignificant we tend to feel as human beings compared to God. So obviously Numbers 13:33, which I read earlier, but Isaiah 40:22, God is depicted as sitting above the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, emphasizing the vastness of God and the comparative smallness of humanity. And then it's also a symbol of abundance, because we know that the 8th plague that fell on Egypt was the locusts, which could be interchangeable with grasshoppers, falling on the land and looking like swarms of black in the sky. And God promised Moses that his people would multiply, and they did, and they absolutely did, which is why they were dangerous in Egypt, because they could overthrow them simply because of their numbers. Which is why they killed the firstborn sons, to try to keep them in control, because they were growing significantly. And then another symbol is more symbolism of the grasshopper and the locust is in Job 39:28. It says, do you make him leap like the locusts? His majestic snorting is terrifying. And now they're speaking about a horse's strength and the ability to charge into battle, right? But even locusts or grasshoppers, they also jump. Maybe not with the same ferocity as a horse does, but they can get there. they go. When they go, they go. And we see them as a food source, like I had said, in Numbers 13 and Numbers 33. But then it's also as a form of God's judgment. So there were so many layers of it. And I'm just like, what are you trying to tell me? If the Israelites would have seen themselves as abundant as the plague that fell on Egypt, yes, you're a grasshopper, but when there's hundreds of thousands of you, there's power in that. Imagine you've heard of these people that believe in this God that parted the sea for them, that killed so many Egyptians, right? The most powerful army that they knew of. And now they're charging up a hill because they know that God said they were going to get the land, even if the numbers didn't make sense. The boldness of these people charging towards giants, fearlessly, like David with a rock. Like, just the fact that he had the audacity, which I love that word, to charge at the situation. And as I'm there, even in my fear and timidity, that I might feel as small as a locust or a grasshopper, God was like, don't forget the army of angels that I have behind you. And I was like, you're absolutely right. Because I had my Egypt, and he delivered me from that with nothing but faith. So why should I doubt that he's not going to get me to my promised land if I'm obedient? Even if I'm afraid, I'm going to jump afraid. I might not be a raging stallion. I might be a little grasshopper. But I'm still going. And I hope you do too. So yeah, I hope this blesses someone. Jesus loves you. I love you. Bye.